think we've had a great run of success, just even the last 10 years probably, when we kind of turned the program truly around, and it's been nice to see the interest in women's soccer in the community, the fan support, all of that, and we like to tell the stories of these players who do a phenomenal job. They're not just top athletes, they're top students. I think they represent the university so well in the community. I know we've been talking to Brad, and we'll bring some stories forth, hopefully, that are more interesting content as we have them. But in general, our goal here is to keep competing for championships. If you see the back wall, that was when we made the Final Four in the College Cup in 2017, and our goal is to get back there and win it. And the players that are coming into this program have that in mind as well. So the enthusiasm they have, the intensity they bring to the field, it's pretty fun to work with, and we all have that goal in mind. So you've been working hard to get the program in that position. So you guys know, and I'll open up so you guys have questions, but our season, we start pretty rigorous schedule. We we open up with defending national champion, and #1 ranked team, Florida State, and that will be our first home opener game. So that's going to be very exciting right here at Stone Stadium. Before that, we'll travel up to Duke, who is actually ranked second in the country. So we'll warm up with the #2 team, get ready for the #1 team here at home. So I think that shows kind of where our program is. We are personally ranked 12th going into the season. We know that's a lot of respect for the program, but we also know we have to continue to earn that, and at the end of the season is what we want to be ranked. And we finished last fall top 10. We were ranked 10th, which is phenomenal achievement. Anytime you can compete for championships, as you guys may have known.
Time's up.
Next question. We made it to the Elite Eight last year, and it was our players would tell you it was a disappointing season for them because they missed on winning some SEC championships, and they were that close. They had some ups and downs in the season, but they turned it around and really had the best run in the conference to the end, and show the kind of team they are. So I give them a lot of credit for that, and they have that much more hunger this year to get back and continue to compete and to be that close to the Final Four again. That's where they want to go. So it's been nice to see them, what they've done in the off season to prepare, and how prepared they are coming in. In addition to all these returning players that we have a tremendous group of freshmen. We have one of the top ranked recruiting classes in the country that have joined the program, and the talent in that class is tremendous, and they all learn like every other freshman. It takes some time to kind of make that jump, but they've already come in and done some great things with our returning group, so we're excited to see them hit the field here as we start. So that's kind of a general overview. Anything?
No, I just want to echo what Shelley said, to thank you guys all for coming. I know that this past year's been a lot going on where people talking about invest in women, and a lot of stuff's been happening over the past year, and the Title IX anniversary and all that. And I think we're lucky and to have the crowds that we have here, and the girls, the connection they have to the community. And so just by you guys turning out, we really appreciate that, because I know they appreciate that. And the more that they can be in front of people, I think the more excited people get about them. And we already have good crowds, and I think we have the opportunity to play in front of some of the best crowds we've had in a long time here, not only because of the product that they're going to put on the field, but people like you, helping them tell the story and make sure that people know. I think that's exciting for us, and I think all that kind of put together gives them the opportunity to be special this fall.
You're up.
I know. Yes.
Time's up.
I only get like 10 seconds. She was like 2.5 minutes. Marriage, that's how it is.
All right. Anybody got questions?
I guess first off, you mentioned the teams that you're opening up with against, obviously coming off an Elite Eight year. How important are those couple games, since that's kind of the next tier up, the level that you're wanting to get to get to face off with that level of competition?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we all battle each other through the year. I mean, you want to be playing top competition to prepare, and we want to play the best schedule we can to put ourselves in a position to get an SEC play where we are ready to go, because it's always very competitive, and then you're preparing for that next season, which is the postseason. And so this is a great setup for us to challenge ourselves from top teams, and we feel we have a group that's in that mix and can compete with anybody. We showed that the last several years, and so that's where we wanted to start with a challenge, knowing programs like that are always going to be strong. And so our schedule in general is just, I think, always set up to put us in a position to improve ourselves and measure ourselves against some of the best teams in the country.
Shelley, what's the biggest thing you've noticed? I know it's been, and not to say that you're old by any means, but I'm saying, what have you noticed? What have you noticed just in the time that you've been here, just the evolution of women's soccer here in South Carolina? What has really helped it and allowed you guys to take that next step?
Well, the growth of women's soccer has been just tremendous in general. I mean, since I started coaching, since I was playing, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I've been here 22 years. Jamie and I got here 22 years ago, and when we came in, the talent we've seen step on the field as freshmen right away, it's been a big difference. So I know a lot of the club systems have evolved. The competitiveness among the youth players has made a difference in our game. The growth of the sport, our women's national team winning World Cups, there's so much more interest and people playing and having an interest in the game. So many, and I think that's changed a lot. Over our time, we've also had more and more support from the community because of that, because so many more people are involved in the game. And it's not just the kids, it's the parents that have actually played the game. Moms that are bringing their kids out, which didn't happen before. So that's been nice. And just this building that you're in here is a huge support to our program, to help the men and women's program. But this is something these players deserved, and it's really helped us put everything they need for resources right here. That they can develop as players in the program, but also be prepared to play professional at the next level, which is something that has grown in this program as well, where there's opportunities to play, and we put them in positions to be able to move on from here and move into careers, or they're playing professionally.
Shelley, you kind of touched on it in your opening statement, but talking about wanting to get back to the Final Four, coming up so close last year, have you noticed a different edge or a hunger maybe in the team this offseason going into the year as opposed to last season?
Definitely. I think when you hear from them, they'll tell you. I think, I don't know if Kat's over there, but she probably, says it the best. Someone that's been through some adversity here and wanting to show what she's made of, and the whole team has kind of come around together to say, okay, we want to get to that point. We want to be. They've won an SEC championship. They know how that feels. They want to get back there, and they want to be on that wall back there. And so that's something that they have worked so hard. And I just told them this morning. I said it was nice to see the work they've put in this summer on some of the things that we were better today much better than we were in the spring. A lot of our finishing, our services, just some execution. And so that drive is showing in their performance already.
Going off of that, how much does opening up against the top teams in the country really up the ante for the preseason, knowing that you guys have to be ready to go right from the first ball?
So years ago, I don't know when it was, we played North Carolina away. They were #1 in the country. It was the first time, and we were going there, and the focus, obviously your focus for the next season, but when you're traveling away to play North Carolina away to open, there's a whole nother, I need to make sure I'm really fit. I need to make sure I'm working. I want to be working, all those things. So maybe you become ultra focused for that. And then we went to North Carolina. It's the first time they've ever lost in an opening game at home in their history. And the girls earned that. It was every bit and afterwards Anson said it, we were the better team on the day. And that was because they were prepared for that. I think this same group, you see the same type of thing where they're prepared. I know no Yankees fans in here maybe, but if you're watching the A-Rod thing when he was talking about, losing, and everyone's like, well, hey, we made it to the ACL, whatever, and then but we lost, and so they're trying to sugarcoat it, and he's sitting by himself, not happy because they didn't win. They didn't win at all. And I think this group is the same way, where we've been so close, and they've earned respect, and they play well, but it's time to win something. It's time for this group to do that. They've been close enough. Now it's time to go out and finish the job this fall, and they're capable of that.
Shelley, you also talked about just the growth of the sport, and not just here stateside, but internationally as well. I think the Euro final just drew like a record attendance and everything. Just how valuable is it to see that growth? I know you pull kind of internationally occasionally. I think you just had a Man City recruit coming in. So just how valuable is that to see the growth of sport, not just here, but across the globe?
Yeah, we've seen it coming for years. It's so nice to see the women's game explode like it has. You saw it happen here. I mean, was it 99 when it first really exploded with that team in the World Cup and the championships they've won. And now all over the world, everyone's caught up. And, every country is really a soccer country. We're not necessarily. And so it's nice to see them put that much into the women's game elsewhere. And now the U.S. has major competition across the world, so it's exciting. And sure, we definitely draw some athletes from other places. The other nice thing is that our players have opportunities to play overseas now. When before, I went to England to play, and the level wasn't what I was looking for. But now you can go and play in the Premier League in England and really, play with some of the best players in the world. And so that's an exciting opportunity that's grown and given these young women all over the country, chances to go play beyond college and across the world. So that has been exciting for them to have other things to look at and work for.
Shelley, there's a buzz right now on campus for obviously multiple sports. You have football going on, women's basketball, what they were able to accomplish, and then of course men's basketball being able to land the #1 prospect in the country. Just as a team on campus right now, what does that do, though, from just an excitement level? And do you think that's something players do look at and say, hey, look, they're getting buzz right now. We've seen it with women's sports. Can that be something that can motivate them, saying that, if we start to be able to take that next step, that could be us?
Oh yeah, I think we all feed off each other's success for sure, and the excitement around the department, around the city. I remember when our team were winning some of our first SEC championships, and Coach Staley had just gotten here. She brought her team to welcome us back at the airport and said, "Girls, this is what you guys can do someday." And so, that was a huge impact we had on them, and they went off and obviously have done amazing things, and then some. So now we've got to catch Coach Staley, but I think it's nice to see the support all of our women athletes are getting, especially here at South Carolina.
You spoke so highly of your freshmen. Can you talk a little bit about some of those players, maybe some that you're looking to make an immediate impact?
Sure. I think it's real early in our preseason, so a lot of things are still getting sorted out. But I know, even the players have been playing together this summer, and they've felt like the freshmen have come in and impacted right away. And I think Shea O'Rourke from New York's come in as a proven goal scorer in her region and her club level, playing at the top level, and she's already shown she can come in and be a threat in front of goal.
Shea Montgomery, she's one from Virginia, who's won. I don't know if you guys saw, she was Gatorade Player of the Year. She just won. She was named to the best 11 for the ECNL, which is all of the country. So she won that award. So she's someone that we expect to see good things from this fall for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
When you have so many freshmen, how important is it to have these captains behind us, leading in a time where you guys are going for the big goal?
They're crucial. Leadership's crucial any year you have, and it's played a role every time we've won championships. We've had probably a group that has led us, and a lot of times it's having the players in the program that have had experience, that they know what it takes, and they lead by example, and they bring teams together, and then you also need the support underneath, and so you want respect in your leadership. And so this group is crucial to what we're going to do, and they're in those positions because the players feel like they were the leaders in the program. So we have full confidence in what they do. We also have players back for 5th years that, it's been nice. We have a larger roster than normal, but it's been nice to have the leadership stay within a program where you have players that have had experience and know how to lead a team to come back and add their, their wisdom. They were not leaving after 4 years. We actually have the benefit of having some 5th-year players.
Most years you have an elite defense, and many years you have the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Can this year's team be at that level on that side?
I mean, we gave up a couple goals last year, and it's when the program keeps evolving and getting successful, more success, than the expectations rise, right? And so last fall we had a game where there was a blip for us where we gave up some goals we shouldn't have given up, and people are asking what's going on with the defense, which is, I'm like, this women's soccer, for people to be like, what's going on, like killing us on social media. I'm like, hold on a second, like it's so. But I think this group, it's a good group that's returning. There's younger kids that are coming in. Maddie from England is one that we're hoping will help us back there as well. So Jaleesa is someone that is surely good enough to play at the next level in the league. So she's someone that we're hoping will lead the back line, and Cam, one of our other captains. So it's a good group to build on for sure back there. If it will be as good as the others, that depends on them. So,
Coach, you're heading into your 22nd year here at South Carolina. What do you think yourself 22 years ago, knowing what you know now, would think about how far you've come in the program as well?
Well, I definitely didn't know we would be in this position, or I'd be here still. Getting here was, as coaches, you're just not sure where your path's going to lead, and it was another stop, and it was an opportunity for the two of us to work together, which we had to try out as well at the time. He was on the men's side, I was on the women's side, and it's amazing. It's worked, and we've been able to make something special here with the program, and a huge family to us. It's been nice to have so many alums that we can follow and that they can come back to the program, and so it's a special place for us, and we're glad to bring championships to this university, to Columbia. It's a home to us when 22 years ago it was so new, and we've raised our family here and our boys, and now our son's actually coming to South Carolina this fall as a freshman. So it's been an amazing run, and we're thrilled to be here still, being able to put our players in positions to compete and try to earn more championships for this university.
Any plans to pull him in to do equipment or anything like that to keep the business going?
If you've seen his room at home,
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not sure he's.
No way. We'd be losing everything.
Yeah, we'll see how he does his freshman
He's
year.
a lacrosse player, isn't he? Is he going to go out for the club team?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he does want to do that. Yeah. So.
You guys just talked about the defense. On the offense, though, how easy is it to kind of scheme and plan for a season knowing you'll have a reliable weapon like Kat Derry returning this season?
It's awesome, and I know, and Kat will tell you herself, it's not just about her. She needs the support around her, but it's so nice to have someone that we know we put ourselves in front of goal. There's a good chance she'll finish, and you need to have people that put the ball in the net to win games. There's only so much defending you can do before there's too much pressure on you, and so we need a good balance of very strong defending and then players that can put the ball in the back of the net. I think Kat will have a lot of focus on her, and she'll be able to handle that, but she'll also open up opportunities for others around her, which will be exciting.
Karina Zulo had a great summer with her summer team, scored a lot of goals, and is playing well. And then again, like Shelley said, some of the younger freshmen, I think it'll be there'll be a balance to them, which is nice, and so it may present even more opportunities for Kat than she's had in the past, where if they focus on her, there's others that can maybe hurt them, which would be nice. So that's the plan anyway.
I'm also just curious, this is Amanda and I's first chance that we'll get to cover the team. You mentioned family a lot. That Familia FC kind of tagline, just can you talk about kind of the history and the message behind that?
Yeah, it was a way to kind of bring in the fans, our alumni, the families of our team, everyone is in a supporters group for Familia. So, we enjoy bringing the community here and seeing people in the stands and having a tie to our team. We try to give the youth players in the community access to the players and some of those things. So Familia FC was part of the whole family tie that we've talked about, and us kind of being kind of parents to the group of women. Is just a family atmosphere here, and we wanted the community to be a part of that as well. You have something to add to that?
No, I mean, just what you said. I think it's been nice to be able to tie all the different groups together.
Yeah.
Like we'll have tailgates at pregame, which they're all welcome to. I mean, if you guys are ever around, even if you're not covering the game and you want to come, it's off the chains. They do a really good job. The parents are unbelievable. So it's a good time, and everyone's welcome to that. And I think that's just one piece of what they do, which is nice. So try and have people be as involved with us as they can be. We want them to feel like they're a part of the program, not just coming to watch games.
I know it's early in the preseason, but you've got a loaded roster. Is there anyone who might have kind of flown under the radar in the past that you expect to take a big jump in productivity going into the season?
You wanna answer? Under the radar.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
a tough
trying to
question.
think who was.
No, I think honestly what Jamie just mentioned with Karina is probably a good example. She came in here as a Luciana's little sister. Her older sister played here, and so she's always been making a name for herself rather than Lucia's sister, and so I think as a rising junior, she's had time to develop and really has shown her best play so far, and think she'll make a name for the next duo that's in the program. But no, I think the players that you see, I mean, they've been showing very well. You have where Sam Chang, who will be coming up here to talk. She's been playing with Canadian national team and getting looks there, and she doesn't have a lot of the stats and things, but she plays at such a crucial position. So if you know the game, you'll see the kind of impact she has on the team. I think your other captain, Cam Dixon, has played so well as a defender when before she was an attacker, and she moved in a position that we needed and has grown and become one of the top defenders. And so there's players just in our captain group that have developed over time and really shown what they can do to help the team, and they become valuable, and obviously their teammates feel that way about them.